I put on makeup today for the first time in a month. But it's weird because there's no point in putting on lipstick because I'm going to wear a mask anyway. It's just strange. They're one of my favorite creatures, and so I'm really excited, and I don't really need to wait till Halloween to wear this. Went to the post office today, and every time I go, I usually end up just turning around and leaving because I can't physically stand in the line at the post office these days. It goes out the door and down the block, and it's usually worse at the beginning of the month, but lately it's been like that every time. So I just kept going today, and I'm going to try to go back. I also have to go to the grocery store, so today's just going to be stressful, but something that has just been aggravated since the pandemic. My sense of time, my days of the week are screwed up, and they're kind of like that anyway because I don't have a day job. But also my sense of remembering, I used to be just really sharp. Like, you tell me something once and I remember, oh, my appointment is in 4 weeks on Tuesday at 1 p.m. or something like that. And I would just remember it. Even if I wrote it down, I didn't need to write it down. And now I am told something and it goes right outside my head, like in seconds. And if I don't write it down somewhere clearly that I will find it, I'm just screwed. I'm now on this weird schedule with my therapist where I talk to her on the phone every other week, and it's for like 20 or 30 minutes instead of the usual 50 minutes. And I can't keep track of the appointments. It's not even on my usual day, so it makes sense that it's harder. But last time I talked to her, I finished up on the phone, and she gave me a day and a time, and I tried writing it down while I was talking to her, and my pen was out of ink. And so I scribbled it on something I could barely see it. And then I couldn't find the paper later. And so I knew my appointment was this week. I was pretty sure it wasn't on my usual day, which had been Wednesday for a really long time, but I wasn't sure. And I waited on hold at the main behavioral health line for like an hour, just trying to confirm my appointment. And then I finally called my therapist and luckily happened to get her. And she told me it was today at either 2 or 2:30 or 3. I can't remember which one. And it's a video appointment, so I don't want to hold this heavy phone for half an hour. So I tried to figure out what I could set up in my car so that it would actually be able to see my face, and it doesn't look like there's any other option but holding it. So the clip I have that clips the phone to the vent is really low. I can't angle it. I have a little holder for my phone, but when I put it on my dash, all you see is my forehead. If I brace the phone on my steering wheel, it looks like I have 5 chins, and that's all you can see. So I'm gonna have to hold it. But I don't know what time the appointment is. It's already after 2, so maybe it's at 3. But I don't know where to go to the next thing. Like, what if my phone rings while I'm driving? What if my phone rings while I'm in the store? All these things that anxiety people get, right? So I guess I'm just going to drive to the store, and if she calls on the way, I will pull over as soon as I can. And if I get to the store, I'll wait and see if she calls instead of just going in and being embroiled in something. I guess I'll do that, and we'll see what happens. My sense of everything is really strange right now, so onward and forward. Well, crikey, I'm just completely wiped. Completely exhausted. I, due to lack of sleep, actually fell asleep really early last night, so maybe I'll do that again tonight if I'm lucky. If I don't let myself get distracted on any spirals and things, but I'm pretty wiped. I did succeed in grocery shopping, and I thought I had just enough time before my appointment to get everything, but there was a huge line getting out of there, and so I ended up being a few minutes late. We tried the video thing. It didn't work because it wasn't connected to Wi-Fi. So we did a phone appointment for the rest of it, and it was fine. But at least I have food for the next 5 or 6 days at least, maybe a week, probably a week. And by then maybe I'll have my SNAP card. And I'm exhausted. I'm just tired. I don't think I'll get much else done tonight. I'm going to have a real simple dinner. Maybe I'll even just make a sandwich and a salad. And I'll read a little bit. If I can even do that. I really feel like I'm just shell-shocked. It just seems to be the thing that happens now every time I have to go out. I guess it's the added stress and extra things you have to go through with the coronavirus to try to make sure you're safe and standing in line. And in fact, I ended up going by the post office 3 times today. I went on my way to Berkeley, I went after the store, and I swung by one more time, and every time I went, the line was down the block. So that's been happening a lot, where I'll try to go pick up my mail several times a week, and I can go in and I can get the letters in my post office box and the slips that say you have packages, but I can't get the packages without standing in a line that goes down the block. So it's just really hard. And I just physically can't stand in that line every time. Last time I was really lucky because one of the main clerks who knows me was coming out and checking if people in the line had things that she could just take care of. And she saw that I was there and said, yeah, you got a bunch of packages, just come on in and stand in the hallway and I'll get them. And so that helped, but I didn't have that luck today. So if I'd seen her outside, I would have, waved, but yeah, I'll just try tomorrow again, I guess. It's a whole new level of exhausting. So, physical pain, mixed with fear, mixed with, the extra anxiety of, and the remembering all the things. I mean, it's funny because I finally recently started having anxiety dreams, and I didn't even realize I was so anxious about this. But I've had a couple of dreams lately where I've been in a situation and then I suddenly realized I don't have a mask. I forgot to put on a mask before I went out, and I don't have one. And unlike what's happening a lot, I'm that person that doesn't fit in, that doesn't have the mask, and oh my God, I'm in trouble and I might die. So, as opposed to the masses of stupid people who insist they don't have to wear masks. And I think the last dream I had also had an added level of anxiety, is I didn't want people to think I wasn't wearing a mask because I didn't think I had to, or, that I was one of those people. And I had this whole level of fear and anxiety because of that. It's the added things that PTSD, it's like a whole new level if you have it already. And yet in some ways I'm so equipped to deal with this nightmare. So it's a strange situation. And it's funny, I was talking to my therapist. A lot of what has been kicking in for me that's often a good tool in my PTSD toolbox is that I detach from everything. But it's also bad because I tend to isolate even further from people, because it just kicks in where I'm just like, no, I can't deal with this emotion right now. I can't get upset about this right now. I could talk and tell you things that if you're just listening to my words, you'll think I'm real compassionate, but I'm not there visibly emotionally. I had a friend die recently and I just can't cope talking about it. I can't show the emotion, and I can't let myself feel the emotion. It's there, but I can't express. And so it's like that a lot. And I always think about how somebody's spouse dies and the police are talking to them and they don't have the correct emotional reaction. Well, there's a lot of people like me that are either wired differently or have had trauma and things, and just I tend to be really calm. I don't want to show my grief or rage or things like that, which is why a lot of times people, they know they really fucked up if I'm yelling because I don't do it. I don't show it. So I don't know. I'm just really going through a thing right now, and I'm sure this whole situation that we're all going through, that this is the way I exhibit my stress over it, is that I kind of don't exhibit my stress. It's all internal, it's all private. So it's just interesting to think about and wonder, is that bad? Is that dangerous? Or is that just the way I am and it's okay? So yeah, I'm going to wind it down and try to eat something healthy. I really want to take a shower, but I'm also just like, the thought of standing in the shower for 10 minutes or 15 minutes or even 5 just seems like too much. So I don't, I will. I'm sweaty from today. I don't think I will do that. And then I wanted to do some sorting projects and cleanup projects tonight. I did run the dishes, but I really just, everything hurts. My spine hurts, my feet hurt, my head hurts. I'm tired. I don't see myself getting into anything. So I'm just going to try again tomorrow. That's all I can do. Well, just keep swimming.